Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're gonna get back into more foodie beauty content. We got probably 2 videos today from Foodie because apparently making 1 video a day is too hard for our girl Amber. That being said, we're just gonna get straight into it and see what Foodie is gonna be eating today because it's that type of video.
Well, hello guys. Hello. Welcome back to another Eat Dinner with Me video, mukbang.
I call them my inspiration videos because my god, do I never want to go back to being this.
Today I have one of my favorite meals that we always get here for dinner. So that's what I'm having for dinner today is, I should say, that was backwards. Fish and rice.
Whenever I see rice and Foodie in the same shot, I have like Vietnam flashbacks.
Yes. We have some grilled fish.
I'm still kind of trying to figure out why she even wanted to be a housewife in the first place, because she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't do the managing of most of the stuff within the house. So it kind of is more so just leading to the fact that she couldn't really find love in her own country, so she had to move to the Middle East, kind of like the passport bros. Like there's guys who do the bare minimum of living really in any Western country, so they go to Asia to find love, and it's like, I don't know, kind of weird to me, but I still don't understand why Foodie wants to be a housewife without being a housewife. That being said, just because someone is a housewife does not mean cooking and cleaning is the only things they do. They do a lot more than people give them credit for, and they are also a lot more than just being a housewife.
I'm nice and close for those of you who like these videos so you can see the food. For those of you who don't like the close-up, I'm assuming you wouldn't be watching something you don't like, but if you are, thanks for watching.
I mean, I enjoy looking at the food, I just don't enjoy you eating the food. That's not something I want to watch, but it's more like the morbid curiosity effect where you can't help but look at it. You want to look away, but it's like, you can't help but being like entranced by it.
And we have some fish.
Yeah, is that just me, or does anyone else think that fish has actually been killed twice? Like, it was murdered, and then it was really murdered.
Hi, baby. Marinated eggplant. This is the best stuff ever. I'm telling you. And some tahini. And some water. Alright, so this is a grilled fish, and this is an Egyptian restaurant, so they do it Egyptian style.
That sounds kind of hot.
Another way they do it, fish in Egypt, is they cover it with wheat germ before they grill it. So this is a grilled fish.
I mean, there's grilled and then there's charred. Like, that is straight up charred. I mean, I could be wrong. That could be really good fish, and I'm just like a little bitch or something, but that does not look appetizing to me. That's like the complete opposite.
All right, let's dig in. So one of my favorite things is this tahini sauce with the bread. Bismillah.
Alright, she said the magic word. You guys know what that means.
Juliet, I'll give you a quick update on her. She's doing very well.
It has been a while, so for those who don't know, Julia was not in fact doing well. She was actually doing very poorly because her stitches were opened up and her fur was covering the wound. So she could have got infected, or the fur could have got stuck inside the wound and could have caused an infection, and she could have no longer been alive. And I'm assuming, because I'm just going to say that Kuwait probably does have some good veterinarians, that Foodie probably took her to like a chop shop, very cheap, very quick, very easy, to kind of get her in and out as fast as possible, because people kept pushing reason why, hey, why do you keep medicating your cat instead of getting her desexed? Because it's easier for her to be desexed instead of medicated every 6 months, and you not doing the proper time management to keep getting those shots renewed. Also, you're only supposed to do it for about 2 times, 3 times at most. Like, they tell you medical castration is not a good thing. You should get the cat desexed through the medical procedure. And of course, with Foodie, her not being the brightest bulb around, she decided to film on live stream her opening up the cat's incision even further by pulling her fur, again, not managed, away from the incision. So she was actively opening up the wound even further.
She just got back from the vet. We had to take her today. She was only at the vet's for 1 night. We dropped her off in the afternoon on Sunday, and she was home by Monday afternoon. And but we have to bring her We had to bring her today, tomorrow, and the day after. She goes for like a painkiller medication injection. Also an antibiotic injection, and to check her incision and everything. The anesthetic made her very nauseous. She had like really bad nausea, so they also give her nausea medication when we bring her an injection.
And that's the thing, like, you can imagine that she needed to have her stitches done, so that would have required pain medication, antibiotics, and nausea medication, and yet Foodie did not keep the cone on her head, also making sure that her incision didn't open up. Like, dude, you know for a fact that you should keep a cone on your animal's head, even if the cat doesn't want it, it's what's best for it. There's also other alternatives too, but a cone would be necessarily the best thing. And so she was taking it off and fighting and arguing online on live stream with Salah to keep the cone on the cat's head, and the cat's stitches popped, or the cat opened them up itself. And then she was like having a fit because people saw the fact that it was open, and she was screaming with people on the internet about it, and then fighting with people in like comment sections of posts and stuff. And it's like, dude, if you did it right the first time, your cat wouldn't have had to go back in to get restitched back up a second time, and then go through potential nausea and having to be through pain medication and another round of shots. Like, you are the reason why your cat is suffering because you're a shit pet owner at the end of the day. And like, this isn't the first animal, this is the third animal that has suffered under just her care. But then she gets pissy at people like myself who says maybe it's a good thing that you can't have children, because what would happen if you had a child who requires a lot more care than a cat? Like, a baby can't feed itself, so you're going to have to wake up every 3 hours to take care of a baby. A baby can't change itself. A baby has to have the proper formula, immunizations, and all of that. What happens if she can't be effed to look after a child because she can't look after a cat? That kid is going to be so messed up if it survives.
We also got a cone, and I don't keep it on her all the time, but I'm going to put it on when we're sleeping.
Which honestly is a bold-faced lie, because she did that with her other cats too. She didn't even do that with BBJ or Sam, I think the other one his name is. Like, she fully admitted that she did not put a cone on them at all, even when she slept. And then she wonders why the cat's stitches popped open. Except she's not willing to admit that, even though she already showed us that they did.
Because until she's like better or well enough, I'm going to stay with her here.
I also think it's necessary to point out that you are currently leaving the cat's cone off when you're awake, and yet here you are eating in front of the camera, not even paying attention to the cat. So is the cat currently pulling out the stitches right now? Because as someone who works in an animal shelter, I could tell you a cat and a dog are two of the most opportunist animals out there. It will take a split second for those little shits to start pulling out those stitches.
So she doesn't love it. She hates it. I mean, what animal does like it? But she's like running around, jumping weird to try to get out of it. And I'm just like, oh, my poor baby. Oh my gosh. Just let this be over soon. Please just let her heal and, you know.
Yeah, and because of your negligence, your cat had to wait longer for it to be fully healed because its stitches popped open.
This guy has fishermen who catch the fish for his restaurant. Pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, you would want to get locally sourced stuff because it's usually cheaper and you get more access to better quality ingredients. Like, definitely something that a lot of places would do.
I've picked the fish clean.
Honestly, I'm not surprised she didn't try sucking the meat off the bones.
So, that's the update on Julia. But whenever I finally saw her incision, when we first got her home, she was quite nauseous.
I mean, yeah, it makes a ton of sense. Your cat was drugged, cut open, so, I mean, most people would be.
She was foaming like white.
Foaming can be pretty normal, but the thing is, it depends on how much. Like, if it's a crazy amount, definitely go back to your veterinarian and get checked out. Like, it could be stress, it could be nausea, it could just be, like, the medication and stuff wearing off. Definitely make sure your cat is okay, but it is a very common thing.
At the mouth, and I started freaking out. So Salah, like, video chatted with the vet, and they're like, that's totally normal. It's from the anesthesia, nausea, it will go away. And it did. That scared me. But she seems to be okay now. But she's just very tired.
I mean, Foodie probably doesn't understand because she's probably tired just from eating alone. But of course, she's going to be tired and out of it because she was just drugged and cut open. Like, no shit. She's going to be taking time to heal because that's what happens when you were cut open.
So when she was resting, she rolled over on her back for the first time, and I saw her incision. There was this like silver, it looked like silver spray paint or something on it. And I was like, what is that? And then I looked it up, and it's like a silver type of bandage spray. It's supposed to have like an antibacterial effect as well. So
To my knowledge, it's more used for horses and cows and stuff like that, like farmyard animals. It's less used for cats and dogs. Like, that's what we kind of use it for. Like, I don't think we actually use it for any dogs or cats. We use other stuff.
I forgot to put more Diet Cokes in the fridge. And I saw a cold Pepsi, so I grabbed it.
Yeah, that's definitely not a good thing to have Pepsi and stuff like that because you have a very high glucose level. Even with medication, it's not good. Like, I'm trying to remember the actual numbers, but I think it's around 8 is a decent level. 11 is not good. That's like pre-diabetes. 11 for more than 2 hours is either very close to diabetes or diabetes. 14, you should be hospitalized. I'm pretty sure it's 14. And she was like 22. That is not good. That is very dangerous levels. And like, that was before her medication, so I don't know if it's just as bad now, but drinking that type of stuff is definitely not good for you. And like, I've have the opposite problem. Like, I've gone down to about 2 or 3, which is very dangerous itself too. That's not good either. But like, if you don't keep an eye on that shit, like 24/7, it could be very dangerous for you. And I know because I have an uncle with type 1 and 2. I have my mom has type 2. My sister has, I'm trying to remember the type of diabetes you get when you're pregnant. Gastrointestinal, something like that. I call it prenatal diabetes, which is not the right term for it, but yeah, she gets diabetes when she's pregnant, so that's a very dangerous thing too. But like, I have the opposite problem where I go straight down by midday if I don't watch what I'm eating. And like, I have to keep jelly beans and shit on me, otherwise I crash straight away and it's really bad. And like, I've been tested for a lot of things, like malnutrition, different type of eating disorders such as like bulimia or anorexia. Don't have those. I've been tested for like alcoholism, which I don't drink anyway, so that makes no sense why I would even be tested for that. Liver, I think it's called insulinoma. It's like tumors on your liver that increase insulin production, which can cause you to have those type of issues. Hypothyroidism. What else have I been tested for? Oh, diabetes, obviously. I've been tested for diabetes. That was the first thing they tested for because I have multiple diabetics in my family. Malnutrition, all that stuff. It all came back perfectly clear. They just think that my body may function a little bit faster than the average, which isn't caused by any underlying illness. I mean, I hope so. There could be other issues that we haven't been tested for, but they don't think it's anything like negative. So hopefully I'm not dying.
It's a huge fish body, but like, once you debone it and take out the meat, it's probably only a few ounces there. Maybe 3 or 4 ounces, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think the fish was that bad. Like, the meat and stuff was pretty good. Like, you don't need any more than that, and you certainly don't need any more rice either. So, like, it was a pretty decent meal overall. Probably not the soda. Cut the soda out. Drink water.
Just perfect. It's really good. It's really filling, actually. So yeah. So that's it. My cat is still healing. My poor Juice. And just gonna be staying and keeping an eye on her, making sure she's okay, taking her to her vet appointments.
Yeah, I don't really like those shifty eyes you're doing. It's almost as if you're not really doing it, and Salah's doing it, and also you're not taking care of the cat properly because you weren't.
I hope you guys had something good to eat. Thank you for eating with me, my dinner. And I'll see you guys in the future. Bye, guys.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I haven't used a lot of the gameplay stuff recently because there's only a couple days left. Well, technically one more day left of till the new year. So I kind of want to keep the Christmas theme around just until then, and then we'll switch over to the new one, which honestly, it's pretty much the same thing, minus the hat. So hopefully you guys don't mind him too much because he's going to be sticking around for the long haul. That being said, again, thank you for watching, and I hopefully get to see you lovely people in the next one. Bye bye.